my fellow Americans, sometimes stereotypes and stigmatization, well, I'm not going to say that there's truth to it, but I am an American of Sicilian descent, and quite honestly, I do get upset. But my fellow Americans, my fellow members and residents of Pittsburgh and the entire United States, we have a catastrophe brewing in our government in D.C. A catastrophe, my friends, that's going to hurt many millions of senior citizens, many millions of disabled Americans, and frankly, possibly even cause every American to have their life in danger. All 314 million Americans. Let me come in a little bit closer. I know some of you may only see my head. I apologize, but you need to hear this. Friends, the Republicans in Congress are not serving you or the seniors or the disabled Americans. And the Democrats aren't doing much better. But we have to make a decision. We have to have one or two parties. So I would say to you, if you are over the age of 48 years old, you should never vote for another Republican again, because they are wanting to privatize Social Security and Medicare. They want to end Medicaid, and they already voted in the House to repeal Obamacare. Their actions are going to cost many millions of senior citizens more money out of your pockets, for those of you who are older than 50 or senior citizens. If you're on Medicaid or Medicare, the donut hole for your prescription cost when you fall in between a certain threshold, that was almost all gone and would have been gone in 2018. But the Republicans decided to repeal that bill. If it passes in the Senate, you will once again be putting out money that maybe you didn't even have, and you had to make choices between food or medicine or reduction in the medicine. Now, I don't know about you, but I believe in our older Americans who worked hard, who kept this country going, and the disabled who don't have a whole lot that they can do a lot of times because they're discriminated against when it comes to work a lot of times, even with laws. The bottom line is, should our elected officials of any party, should they be stealing our money? They have universal health care in Congress. Every Republican has the office of the attending physician. They pay $504 if they choose that. It's on-site medical care, and it's run by the United States Navy. And it's subsidized 75% by you and me. So why should they have government-run, government-paid for medical care when you don't? And why should they be taking away benefits from senior citizens, from women, and frankly, all Americans? Now, even if you're in favor of the repeal of Obamacare, you need to understand that if they allow the pre-existing condition, once again, to be allowed in the insurance agencies, then we are talking about all 300 million plus Americans being affected. My fellow Pittsburghers and my fellow Americans, I'm asking you to rise above religious beliefs, rise above political partisanship. I'm asking you to remember what our country was founded on. Unity. It wasn't Democrat and Republican or Whig at the time. It was unity. We fought together. And in every war that we've ever been in, we had men and women that totally disagreed politically who became brothers or sisters and fought and died for each other. Why can't we as Americans strike that chord again? Why can't we fight for every senior citizen, for every disabled American? Why can't we say to Washington, D.C., we're tired of you listening to the special interests. We're tired of you listening to the lobbyists. We want you to work for every American. Every American, not a few, not your political friends, every American. This is the United States of America, and it's about time somebody in D.C. listens. So if you actually care about yourself and you care about America, why don't you take action, my fellow Americans, my fellow Pittsburghers? Because if you don't, nobody else is going to. I'm asking you to vote And I'm asking you to vote in every election. Yes, 17-year-olds that will be 18, young adults, you have a dog in the fight. You have a boxer in the ring. And if you don't start fighting now, by the time you're in your 40s or 50s, you may not have income at all. My fellow Americans, we either act like the Tuskegee Airmen and we fight, or we cower and run away. I'm scared!